I found out that my husband is planning to divorce me because I'm retiring and don't want to be a stay-at-home wife to do the housework. I'm retiring in about 3 months, and my husband and I disagree on how the division of labor should be once that happens. Since meeting my now husband, I have been very vocal about my plans to retire when I turn 40. I've planned my life around this goal, lived below my means ever since college, and gave up things to meet this goal. We got married in our early 30s, so it's only been 7 years since then. He also saves for retirement but won't be able to retire until at least 62. He's instead chosen to spend his money on things that make him happy, and I fully support and encourage him in that everyone has different goals in life. He's instead chosen to spend his money on things that make him happy, and I fully support and encourage him in that everyone has different goals in life. We are both child-free by choice, so that isn't a factor here. I've said in the past that I'm not going to be doing all of the cooking, cleaning, and finances once I retire because I don't want to replace one job with another. I currently do all of the cooking, most of the finances, and probably 25% of the cleaning. I think that's fair as my husband usually works more hours than I do, and I'm a picky eater, so it just works out the best. He recently made a casual comment about how he will start working more overtime once I retire because he'll have less household stuff to do. I asked him what he meant by that since my retirement doesn't really change anything for him, and I preferred he didn't work more overtime so we could spend time together. He said that most husbands with stay-at-home wives don't clean the house. I didn't know what to say because I thought we had already discussed this, so I tried to change the subject, but we had an argument about it yesterday at dinner, and he's now giving me the silent treatment. I slept in the guest room last night as he locked our bedroom door. I just don't know how to get through to him. Even though I'll no longer be working, I won't be a stay-at-home wife. To me, a stay-at-home partner is the manager of the home and doesn't bring in much income. Their job is to take care of the home. I'm not trading one job for another. I'm retiring. I'm still bringing in income. I've just planned my life so I no longer have to work 9 to 5 to do so. I have multiple hobbies I've been excited about devoting more time to: rock hounding, crocheting, hiking. I'm an unpublished writer and have always dreamed of becoming published. I have a lifestyle blog and a pretty active Pinterest following. I've also started looking into local nonprofits where I could volunteer. I know we've had conversations about this, and he's always been supportive, even of me leaving for a few weeks to solo travel. I'm totally confused about this change and freaking out. I thought I communicated my expectations, but he's saying he doesn't remember talking about it and that he's not okay with me retiring if I'm just going to be lazy. He came home very late that night after ignoring his phone. We didn't talk about it, so I slept in the guest room again. The next day, he was home when I got off work. I tried to remain calm during our discussion, but he was defensive and accusatory. We weren't productive and ended with him denying that I pay 70% of the expenses even though we budget together based on it. I told him I'd go through our expenses to prove it. While doing so the next day, I found a charge on my husband's credit card from 2 weeks ago that I didn't recognize. It was a bill paid to a law office. I looked up the office, and it was a divorce attorney specializing in property division. I logged into his email and found his conversations with the lawyer. He was trying to find a way to overturn our prenup so he gets half instead of what is agreed upon and wanted to try and get alimony as well. I had no idea he wasn't happy until we started arguing. I didn't understand why he wanted to divorce without even trying to express what he was feeling to me first. When I went back to the very first emails, a woman named Ashley was brought up. On Saturday, I purposely left my phone upstairs and asked if I could use his to order takeout. When he went downstairs, I went through his phone and found Instagram messages between him and Ashley. By going through the messages and looking at her account, I figured out a lot about her. Ashley is a 27-year-old woman he met on Tinder back in May. She's married to her elevated school sweetheart, who can't bring in enough income for her to be a stay-at-home wife. My husband has lied to her about wanting to have kids and told her that's why he's unhappy in our marriage. I don't know what he's thinking she'll do when she finds out he had a vasectomy. Ashley is apparently willing to be a proper woman and do wifely duties. From cross-checking dates when he's supposed to be with friends or at work events, he's actually with her. She sometimes comes over to our house on days he works from home and I'm in the office. She believes that after they both divorce, they'll live in our house together, get married, and have kids, so I can keep 100% of the house. I was willing to put my dream house in the infidelity clause because I knew I would never cheat. He was fine with it at the time as well, but is now blowing up my phone about it. If I can't prove his affair, I would have to pay him about 25% of our equity in the house, which is enough for a down payment on another house, so he wants me to not bring his affair into our divorce, which is weird to me since he had no qualms with bringing the affair into our marriage.